Aditi, who asks, as fresh SIP of more than 2,500 rupees is not allowed in Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund, can I invest in Mirae Asset Tax Saver Fund instead, considering they have almost the same portfolio?
Well, yes, Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip has recently put gates on fresh inflows, and that has been a cause of big disappointment for certain investors who wanted to invest more in that fund. So we are in a situation where investors are queuing up to invest in a fund, but the fund is hesitant in accepting more inflows, and that is in the right spirit. The fund is concerned that massive inflows from here on may limit the ability of the fund manager to deploy all that money speedily, which could drag the performance and therefore hurt the interests of existing investors. And therefore, to protect their interests, it wants to have more control over inflows in the fund from here on. So that's all in the right spirit done by the fund house. Now, in terms of looking at Mirae Asset Tax Saver as an alternate, well, she's right that both the portfolios have a high degree of overlap. Going by the last disclosed portfolio of these funds, there is about 80% overlap in their portfolios. But having said that, with the remaining money, Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip is slightly more aggressive with its allocations to mid caps and small caps. Now, Mirae Asset Tax Saver is one of the best tax saving funds available at the moment. It has a fantastic performance record and a very consistent one in its history so far. And it also comes at a very fabulous expense ratio of just 0.3%, which is the lowest among the direct plans of tax saver funds. So it has a lot going for it. And certainly she can invest in that fund at least to the extent she derives tax benefits. Even beyond that, there is really no embargo on investing in that fund. But I'd suggest she should look at it more in the context of her overall portfolio. What other allocations she has to other funds. That's because this fund would come with a 3-year lock-in. And she has to bear in mind that, during this while, if something goes wrong in the performance of the fund, if the fund manager changes, at times the personal life circumstances of an investor change so as to compel him or her to exit or redeem some investments. All those possibilities will not be available in this fund because it comes with a 3-year lock-in. So while she can invest more than the tax benefit that she's going to derive, but I'd suggest she should not go too overboard and look at it in the context of her overall investments.